That's wild.
For this next question, we're gonna go around the table again, and this is, other than cheaters, what's one thing you would change in any game?
DMZ would be the one shot with AP rounds. I hate that.
For me, it would just be, I would just prefer to have more balanced weapons rather than meta. Like how I mentioned with DMZ, there's more balanced guns from close to far range. Black Ops 6, there's no balance at all. If you pick up a regular SMG that is not a meta, you will get cooked. You will not win. So, just the removal of metas and try to balance the guns, maybe make them better in particular ranges, but balancing.
For me, I know this is pretty extrinsic, but I can't help but want to say this, and I just wish that everyone that was in a game was non-toxic. Like the gaming culture is known for how nasty we are, how nasty we talk to each other, and how ridiculous we act towards each other in a game when we would never do that to each other in real life. And I wish that this wasn't an outlet for people to take their life's frustrations out. I wish it was just more of a fun place. Like when I was a kid, I'm 40 years old, so I started on the ColecoVision, and just playing games with your friends in your room and not even being on the internet, like that feeling I wish translated to all of the entire industry. But it's not. It's full of very hateful people, and I don't wish them gone. I just wish them to change their attitude.
Yeah, and then for me, it'd just be a better anti-cheat so people can not have to deal with any of that exploiting, cheating, and just ruining the game when people that come home from work, come home from school, whatever that's going on in their lives, and they just want to kick back and relax. Implement an actual working anti-cheat system that's gonna deteriorate all that stuff to make the game at least enjoyable too.
Those are actually pretty good answers. The anti-armor rounds, the toxic. But with the toxic, like I said before, I said this once before in a different interview. We bring the toxic on ourselves. As for the anti-armor rounds, that's part of the game, man. Sorry, 40. You're gonna die either way.
Well, in terms of toxicity, I think it's people and their I don't know. There's some people are very toxic because they cannot do it where they are, so they take the advantage to do it in some place where they will not be held accountable, or where there's no what's the word?
No backlash. Like Zero said, if we were in person, they would have a whole different mindset. They wouldn't even think about what they were gonna say, and I firmly believe that too. But like I said, they're just keyboard warriors. That's all they are.
And
hide behind a mic.
And then the racism is just off the chain. Like, a guy heard my voice and he was like, "Oh, so you're from Africa?" I'm like,
I remember that. I was in there with that one.
You're right. And then the first thing he could think of is saying, "But you guys are only one of two things. You're either scammers or you're stealers." I'm like, dude, do you understand that you're speaking about one of the richest countries in the world with one of the highest educations? But it's just that it's shown on TV that they only show the poor areas. I'm like, some people are just so uneducated that they just open their mouth because there's no repercussions to what they say. So I think that is one of the parts with some of the toxic things. They do not have any repercussions to what they say, because if they would be held accountable, or something would happen to them if they say these things, they would not. So yeah, I agree with 100%. The toxicity is unreal in games.
I told plenty of people, if we were in the same room, you would have a different opinion about what you wouldn't even say that. And then
if he said that, he would lose some teeth too.
I would knock you in your mouth if you said something like that, because I played with people, call them bad names and stuff like that, get back in the kitchen. No, No, if we were all playing in the same room and you said something like that, guess what? You would not be speaking out of your mouth anymore. Your jaw would be in like 10 different pieces right now. And Correct. He's like, "Oh, you threatening me?" I was like, "No, I'm fucking promising you, bro. You talk like that to somebody that I play with and someone that I consider a friend, I don't matter, male or female, you're gonna be swallowing your teeth by the end of the night, and I don't care." That's just me though. If we were in the same room and someone said that, they'd be done.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm a peacekeeper, so I'm always going to take the path of nonviolence. And I know that sounds really corny, but there is always room to talk. That we are human, and we have mouths that make sounds, and we know how to communicate. We have language, and there is never a reason to not use language over physicality. We do it historically. I mean, we're a species of war and violence, and we are nasty creatures. But the only way to get past that is for each and every one of us to be a leader in that, and show others that, you know, I'm willing to talk to you, I'm willing to listen to you, and you know, even though we're sitting here playing a violent video game, it's fun. That should never ever translate to real life, and it's, you know, it's always in my mind appropriate to talk things out before you ever put your hands on anyone. And not to say that there's not situations like, yeah, in terms of defense and stuff, you know, you can always defend your own life and your own well-being, but to overcome that and to be better, I mean, we have to as humanity talk and realize that we are all different, and realize that we all can bring something to the table. And you have to sacrifice. You can't get everything that you want. You're going to have to meet everyone else in the middle, which means giving up some of your own beliefs, giving up some of your own comforts in life, so that we can, and damn, I sound like a socialist right now, which I'm not.
You're good, Zero. You're good.
Zero's just tapping into his inner Gandhi right now. That's all. Yeah. It's inner Gandhi.
Well, I think it's more of a religious aspect. I'm a Christian, and I believe that we're here to serve God, and harming each other through even through words, even through language, that is very, very harmful to people. You know, which circles back to the toxicity online. You gotta get away from that, and realize that that's never the correct way to handle confrontation. You know, it's tough, and I'm going to shut up because I'm going off on a tailspin.
But I do agree with Zero though in some aspects. Because that toxicity level has caused quite a few, even big streamers, to lose viewership. Okay. So that toxicity has lost, so even big streamers, you know, a lot of viewership as well. And so I agree with Zero at that aspect though. Yeah. So that toxicity does translate though, also, especially with the big streaming community. You know, like it'll make you lose your viewership. Like we know some streamers that have lost viewers, and even, not naming names, but recently had to stop streaming because their viewership went down because of how toxic they are. So it is always good just to keep a level head. Now me, I'm a toxic person, and sometimes, like, I'll talk crap to you, I don't care, but I do it to the point where I know it's not going to hurt me. Like, if you want to talk crap to me, I'm all right with it. I'm just going to talk it back. But that's just how I am, though. So if I kill someone or they kill me or whatever, and they want to talk stuff like, "Oh, you just got shit on," it's like, "Oh, congratulations, you know, you probably lived in your mother's basement, right?" You know, that's just me, though. That's just my persona. But, you know, there is that point where you can be too toxic, and it can harm you. But in the end, you know, like you're saying, it's a video game. We should be having fun with it. Some people do take it way too seriously, though. Now, in the end, you know, some people do make a living with this, but they have to learn how to control themselves, because if you don't control yourselves, you're going to lose out a lot. There are people I've seen have 700 people, watching at one time. They got really toxic, and now all of a sudden, once again, they're having to stop streaming. They're shutting down. It's screwed them in the long run. They didn't think it was ever going to happen, and it happened. So it's happened to quite a few big names even. Stuff comes out, we'll use like the Dr. Disrespect thing, right? He's a big, gigantic streamer. Stuff came out, ended up not being true. A lot of people called him toxic. A lot of people said he started bad-mouthing him. In the end, the truth finally came out. Nothing happened. It was all a hoax. And then he started growing back up. He's actually bigger than ever. But there's some that's like people actually see it and it's like, okay, yeah, we're not going to watch it anymore. And it can ruin you. It really can. It's always good just not to be that person, especially if you're making a living off of it. You shouldn't have to be that. You shouldn't be that person. Period.
Yeah, unfortunately, some people are.
Yeah, like I said, they finally reaped what they sowed. They finally feeling the downfall of what's happening because they want to be toxic. Like, I'm not naming any names, but a lot of people probably know who it is. But anyway, that's just my input. But I do agree with Zero. It's a game. We should be having fun playing the game as it's intended, and just chill out.
Yeah, that's kind of how my approach is too. At least when I'm streaming or kicking back on a video. Well, basically, where I'm getting at, it's something that even Cappy even explained earlier. You got somebody that could have had a rough day, or a long day, or anything along those lines, and it's just they want to tune into whoever it is, whether it's small or a big time streamer, and just kind of kick back and vibe out. And if they're into watching someone on YouTube playing video games, heck, they want to kick back and relax. If it's the case where, hey, they're listening to this podcast, that can be their thing, whatever their interest is. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just, none of that's really necessary, and it's unfortunate some people are like that.
I'll go back and clarify on my statement earlier. I'm not going to take it back. I'm going to clarify on it. Like I said, if I consider you a friend or something like that, and somebody's talking, being toxic to you, I'm going to step in and defend you, because that's just who I am. You can talk all the crap you want about me. You can say whatever you want about me. I don't care. I've been in a lot of environments where my skin has gotten thick. What you say to me and what you have, your opinions about me, don't really matter to me. But when you talk about somebody who I know who is suffering from certain mental health disorders like anxiety, depression, social anxiety, somebody who's barely getting out of it. And I know a couple people, I play a couple people, and I defend them when they get shit on by these other people who think they're better than that, and then they start talking shit. I go in and defend them. Like if me and 40 were playing and someone started talking shit about 40, I would be like, you know what? Yeah, he does suck at the game, but you know what? He's still better than you. So what's that say about you?
Yeah, you really want to.
No, but I'm just using that as an example. 40's not that bad of a player. He's a good player. He's better than me. But, it's just an example. Especially if I know that they have that depression going on and things like, I play with people who have depression and stuff, and they get shit on by people, and they're just like, hey, I'm not going to play anymore because of what this person said. If I go into a match knowing that I'm playing with that person and then that's a possibility, I'm going to step in and defend that person. That way they're not taking that whole blunt. I'm distracting it from them, putting it on me as a way of protecting that person, so they can still do what they do in the game as a way of helping them get past it or move past it. But I stick to my word. If we were in the same room, guess what? Your jaw is going to be about 10 different pieces, and you're going to be swallowing your own teeth. Relive them or whatever you want to talk about. See, I get nervous when I start talking.
No, it's okay. It's basically like if somebody's coming out of nowhere and talking down on one of your good friends that personally, like, what's going on? Like, no, yeah. I get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna step in and defend, and then
I'm the same way.
It's just who I am. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna run my mouth to him to take that pressure off of that person and put it on me, because I can handle it. So that's just clarifying what I was saying earlier. But Alrighty, moving on. Before I get worked up, where do you guys see yourselves in the next 5 years? I mean, I know you guys are all part of the Snipe clan tag. Where do you guys see yourselves individually and as a group, as a clan?
Well, for myself, even though I've been streaming as for doing this for fun, and now I want to have that goal of try to earn that 100,000 subscribers. But at the same time, no matter what game that we are playing, whether it's DMZ 4.0 or or Hello Kitty Island, for all I care. I mean, at the end of the day, these, 0, 40, Cappy, Chaos, and Arceus, who aren't unfortunately here, but these guys are, they're amazing. They're really, really amazing. Very good dudes. Yeah, we'll see how far it keeps going as far as whatever games we decide to play. But at the end of the day, it's always fun just being around all these guys. That's all I can say. These guys are amazing.
Yeah, I think it's more about the camaraderie and the friendship than anything. I mean, so if I were to look out 5 years, I would just hope that regardless of what we're doing, even if it's not video games, obviously we're spread around the world. With Cappy being in Barbados, you got Cobra on the West Coast, 40 and I in Texas, Arceus, Chaos over in Barbados as well. I just want to make sure that we're always still friends, because I consider these guys friends, and I don't see any kind of deterioration of that. I would hope that it would grow and flourish into something new and better. I hope these guys like Cobra, man, to see you get to 100,000, bro, that would be awesome to watch that journey. I would love to experience that. That's not a personal goal of mine. I'm more of the content creator side. Like I just like to support, like, even if it's not me running a channel in the future, I just always, I'm an artist at heart, and I always want to produce something for someone. And when I find people that enjoy what I do and give me an outlet to do what I do, that's something that I could see going on for a long time.
And let me add a plug here. What Zero just said, give him an outlet so he could do what he could do. That is what my my merch store looks like. That's Zero having the outlet to do what he has to do. Because he was like, can I do what I want? I was like, sure, go ahead. Whatever you feel like doing.
Yeah, and Zero has put out some amazing stuff, whether it's stuff like merch for Cappy, the overlays, anything. Zero is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'd like to, I do that stuff for people. Oh my gosh, hold on. I'm sorry. There's a thunderstorm.
That's thunder?
Wow, dude, that was loud.
I thought that was 40's truck.
No, I'm home now, so I'm actually just jumped on my PC too, so I had to transfer over.
That
scared the hell out of me. I don't even know what I was saying now.
That was insane.
You're getting a thunderstorm of stuff that you've done personally, not just for yourself, but helping out others and being that support, whether it was with Cappy's merch and things that you've done for me as well.
Yeah, I would actually love, and I've been talking about this probably for 2 years now. I would love to be able to teach, like, get videos out there on a channel that teach other content creators how to use tools to better themselves with whatever they're creating. So whether that's using like Photoshop or Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve, and just creating tool tips and guidance on, like, you don't need to learn everything, but like as a content creator doing, here's some basic core things that I think that you need to be able to do. That'd be a really cool thing to try to create,
Well, add me to your list, because I need that training. I need the training.
Awesome. Zero's definitely the guy to go to.
Like, I ain't gonna lie,
a lot of stuff for us.
I'm not gonna lie, right? But if I had to hit like over 20 or 30,000 subs, I can go make Zero my personal editor. Donny, have you ever saw his videos, dude? Like the videos that he edited?
I haven't.
Oh my god!
You need to go and check it out. like the editing is like every time we watch it's like, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, the dude's a wizard.
The cinematic.
Zero's telling a story. Yeah,
the cinematic is actually really good.
Well, my favorite video was whenever he made Cappy's when we did like the fundraiser and everything like that for Cappy to get his new PC, and then Zero put it all together. And when he made that the video for it, like to show it, like I was like, yo, this is something like Zydax or somebody like that would put together to to do one of their one of their builds, like to showcase it. And I was like, this is insane.
Hey, every good show's got an editor. I'm not the person to really ever want to be in front of a camera, or I hate to be the center of attention. In fact, which is kind of maybe why I hide behind these guys and behind the scenes.
But I mean to ourselves.
Regardless of what I do, you guys are the ones creating your own channels and building what you build. They would be watching you guys regardless of whether any of my stuff was there or not.
I answer sure, because I don't know if it would be here if you didn't do what you had to do. Just saying.
Yep.
Well,
because we did assist one another like in so many different ways. So I think that is a collaborative effort that we are where we are. Like for example, I ran into 40 when I had like 80 something subs and he had like 90 something.
Yep.
Because me and 40, we always had similar amount of subs for long until when 40 had to stop streaming. That's when I eventually passed him. Because we hit like 1,000 subs within a week. One another, we hit 500 subs within a few days or a week or two or something. So, but like,
and then I had
the grind was moving steadily together. So
then I had to quit because I used to work on the road, and a lot of people realize that I was a truck driver. Well, I still am, but I was a truck driver, so I was over the road, and it was hard for me to stream. So being on the road and everything like that, getting everything set up. So I only streamed whenever I came home. So I'd be out for like a month or two, come home, and then I was able to finally stream again. But I was still trying to, still be in it, playing with Cappy and those guys and everybody, while I was doing it. Now that I'm home, I'm able to stream more. So now I'm streaming every week, like 3 times a week. So it makes it a lot easier. So I'm seeing my channel finally growing more. So
I'm going to throw this out there real quickly, and this has nothing to do with the question I asked. But the first time I've heard of 40 Cal TV, he came into somebody's stream. I forgot whose stream it was. And he was with DMZ Demon. And like, oh, 40 Cal's here. And I thought 40 Cal was a kid. Like, I thought he was a kid at first. And then I finally watched his stream, and I heard his voice, and I was like, that's not a kid. I don't know. I don't know what made me think of that just now. I just thought of it. It just came in my head. It was you and Demon that came in, and at least I thought you guys were like brothers at first, like actual biological brothers. And I was like, oh, they're brothers, all this and that. And then I was like, you guys are 2 different people.
Was that different people? No, it wasn't Perp Stream, was it?
I have no idea. It was a long time ago. It was about a year and a half ago, something like that. But yeah, I was like, I saw Demon, and I finally saw 40 Cal, and I was like, yeah, they're 2 different people. Forgive me for saying this, 2 shades of colors, I mean,
yeah, I'm a lot darker than he is.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. What is that you always say, Cappy? I'm the whitest black dude you'll ever meet.
No. They I think it was Soapy that said that Fardy was the blackest white dude that he knows.
So I'm from Houston, so Demon's from Houston as well. I know a lot of people don't realize that me and Demon are actually like real friends in real life. So we, I barbecue. He comes over. Me and his wife, and me and him, and our wives know each other and stuff like that. Yeah, like me and him, and then him and his wife and my wife. Oh yeah, me and Zero. We're friends too in real life too. Like when I was over the road, I would go to, like if I was like up in like north side of Dallas, I'd hit up Zero. I'm like, yo, Zero, can I park my rig in your front yard? I mean, at your shop. And he's like, yeah, man, go ahead and come on, and we'll make room. I'll make room and everything. I'll make these guys make room, and I'll go in there and I'll just park my rig, and then I'll set up shop in his shop and everything like that. Put my at that time I had a gaming laptop which I sold. I'll put that up and all that stuff and get it all linked up, and we would have fun right next to each other and everything. it was really crazy. So, but yeah, Demon, he'll come over to the house and everything. I'll barbecue. He'll have fun. He'll eat up all my ribs and all that stuff, and then brag about it the next day on the stream. He'd be like, man. And then who was it? Phantom finally got to come over. I invited Phantom, which is a mod for Demon. He lives like literally 10 minutes up the road from me. Since I moved to my new house, he lives right up the road, and he finally came over, and we had like a big barbecue, an open house, pretty much like our housewarming party. And then he looked at Demon. He's like, yeah, I can understand why you keep talking about 40's ribs. So like my ribs became like the number one talk in Demon's chat. Everyone likes my food apparently. So yeah,
we all love food.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, yesterday we had a birthday party, and I was the one who did all the cooking. I did all the burgers. I did all the fajitas. I made all the sides and everything like that, and everybody loved it. So it was insane. Yeah, I'm the cook. That's why like my wife's cousin, her husband was like, because my wife's like, yeah, I settled and all that stuff. I was like, no, you didn't settle for shit. I'm the one who settled. And then he ate some of the food, and he's like, no, yeah, you're the one who settled, bro. She's the one who won the prize. I was like, thank you. And he told her that too, and she's like, whatever.
Trophy husband.
Yeah, trophy husband. And then we got a baby shower we got a baby shower that's coming up on the 1st of November. And it was requested that I do the cooking for the ribs and all that stuff. So I got to do like 4 racks of ribs and all the sides and everything like that.
40 cal catering.
Bro, there you go. I've been offered like hardcore like cash money for my rib rub. My ex-wife, so her uncle came down from Mexico, and he actually owns a restaurant out in Mexico, and I made ribs. I was like, I'll smoke some ribs and everything like that, and for your family. So I did that, and he ate them, and he's like, this is good. What do you do? And I'm like, I can't tell you that. I've got to kill you if I tell you. And it's a family secret, because it is a family rub recipe. And he's like, dude, I'll offer you money for it. And the dude offered me like 10 grand for the rub recipe. I was like, no, I can't do that, man. I'm like, that's not happening. Like, I've been offered cold cash. Like, I went to the store and got some like store-bought rub. And I've made 2 racks of ribs, and I rubbed down one with the store-bought and one with mine, and everyone chose mine over the store-bought. So I've got a gift, it's not just DMZ. It's not just.
I think you should trade in that big rig for a taco truck, because I know a guy who's looking for employment.
Oh man, if I did a taco, that's the thing. So I love cooking, but I don't do it for I do it out of as a hobby, I guess you could say. Like I put real love in my food. Like I'm from Texas, so we love barbecuing. I do seafood too. Like I love crawfish boils. I love doing crawfish seafood boils. I'm a big seafood fanatic. And where I used to live, we had this place called the Food Zone, and it's like a bunch of little food stands in this one big lot. And I went to this. There's this one there. It's like a little southern, like it's called the Two Sisters, and it's all like country food, right? Like Southern Belle food, like home good. Like they have the best peach cobbler I've ever had in my life, and they make their ice cream homemade. Like they have fresh, everyday vanilla ice cream. Right, they make it themselves. And I was like, y'all do like crawfish and stuff? And she's like, no, we don't have anybody to do it for us. I was like, well, I'll do it. She goes, well, I can't pay you. I was like, just give me 5 pounds for free with like some fixings, and that's what I'll take out of the cut, and I'll do it. And so she's like, well, let me try your crawfish first. And well, she tried it, and the sisters tried it, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna definitely jump on this. We did 120 pounds of crawfish, and within like the first hour, it was all gone. And they made like so much money because of it. Like we didn't even charge a lot either. I think we charged like $6.99 a pound or something like that with some fixings. Like you get like one corn and stuff. Now I made it pretty spicy, and of course, anytime I do crawfish, I have a challenge, right? I have a corn challenge. So if you can eat one ear, like a half an ear of my corn that I cook, I'll give you $100. I've yet to win $100 because it's so spicy that it's been, it's just, it'll put blisters in your mouth, let's put it that way. And so I told her, I was like,
you're gonna lose money.
No, I'm telling you right now.
No, you will lose money.
So the corn itself is 700. It's what is it? I put 2 drops of this extract in it. That's 7.5 million Scoville units, and it comes in like a little tiny bottle. I put 2 drops in that, and it's unbearable. Like, it took 6 people one time to finish a half an year. And
we drink rum down here, dude. We drink rum down here. Just so you know, we drink rum.
Well, I told her, like, well, anytime I do crawfish, I want to do the challenge, and she was like, okay, you can do the challenge. And then so a lot of people tried the challenge that day too, and they couldn't finish it. I was like, if you get it, you get 10 pounds, or 5 pounds, whatever, for free. Because I wasn't doing the $100 thing. I was like, if you do, if you win the challenge, you get 5 pounds for free. And so they would try the challenge, and no one ever won it. And I had some people like confident. They were like, oh no, I can try it. I love spicy food. I was like, all right, bro. And I'd give them a half an ear, and they took a bite into. They're like, yeah, let's not try this anymore. Like, it literally put blisters in some of my family members' mouth. It was so hot. Like, it was bad. I won't even eat it. And I love spice. I've done wing challenges. Like, I've done the itty bitty burger barn challenge, which is like 1.5 million Scoville units. It's just like a burger. I've done that challenge. I've done, nuclear wing challenges that are like 1.5 million Scoville units, and I've finished them in like record time. But I could never eat that corn. It is ridiculously hot.
You gotta bring it to Guyana. Guyana is the Caribbean island, Caribbean place.
I'll bring. If I come to Caribbeans, when I come to Caribbeans, you have to take me there, man. When we come to Barbados,
Guyana though, like seriously, they out there, they literally take peppers and eat peppers raw. They have eaten ghost peppers and so on raw.
This stuff's made out of Carolina Reaper extract.
Yeah, they do that too.
Other stuff, but it's so hot that it's like $60 or $70 for a bottle, and it's probably about a 2-inch bottle, like tall wise. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, it's hot.
I'm not trying to punish myself when I eat food. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I go tomato pepper, and that's about as hot as I want.
It'll burn a hole in your stomach.
I'm in the same boat with Zero. I'm trying to enjoy it.
Yeah, man.
I can make it where you can enjoy it, but
I love spicy food. It just got to be enjoyable. Like,
the hottest pepper I have right now at home is the Trinidad Scorpion, which is just a little bit below the Carolina Reaper. Yeah, but I think there are certain strains that is just as strong, but it has a lot of flavor. It's a very, very, very good, because it's from Trinidad. Island Trinidad.
I love spicy food, man. Anything, like, it doesn't matter what.
But Guyanese, bro, Guyanese are on a different level. Their mouth don't have a heat threshold. They don't.
I'll have to do that. We'll have to do that then one of these days. When I decide I want to come to Barbados, I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna bring that bottle with me. And
you might get Hola Customs. Don't do it.
Well, yeah, because you believe it or not, because there's only like 1 or 2. So this is how hot it is. Literally on the bottle, it's called Flatline. And then it has like a crossbone skull, and then it's called Death. It's Flatline Death is the name of the bottle in the hot sauce. And it's considered a hot sauce, believe it or not. But it's called Flatline Death.
Just put rum next to it.
I was looking at it like, that can't be good for you if it's like that. And it was so expensive. And so I tried a little bit of it. I was like, fuck, this is hot. Like, my mouth was burning.
Whatever you do, if it named Flatline, put Flatline rum, and then you would get it in. Anything near rum gets here.
It's a small little tiny bottle of rum. Just don't taste it. You might die.
Just don't taste it, yeah. A rum drinker would probably try it, though, but,
Oh, my God. That stuff's hot, though.
Put it in one of them, like, little hotel liquor bottles, a little single serves.
Oh, God. Yeah. Well, that's the same exact extract. So if you ever watched, was it Man vs. Food? Have you ever seen that? Anybody? So the itty bitty burger barn, how they actually have to go outside and make their sauce outside. They put that stuff inside their sauce. They take and put 2 drops of that inside their sauce to give it the maximum heat they can for their challenge. And that itty bitty burger barn, it's called the fire hydrant or firehouse burger or something like that, fire hydrant burger. To even attempt it, you have to sign a medical waiver saying you won't sue if anything happens to you. You have to wait for EMTs to show before you can even try it or even attempt the challenge. That's, like I said, they use that extract in their challenge, and it's because of that extract they have to sign the medical waiver. So it's, when I say it's hot, dude, it's hot.
Anytime you need an EMT, I'm not trying it.
No, I've tried it. I finished it too, but I tell you what, Mal, I was on the toilet for like a week. Like it went in hot and it came out even hotter, man. Like I was shooting flames out my butt. I was shooting flames, dude. It was that hot, man. It was.
Farley turns a spiral, but reverse.
That was reverse dragon, dude.
Reverse spiral dragon.
Oh my god, that was probably the hottest challenge I've ever done. And I've done the nuclear wing challenge, which is like 1.5 million Scov units. I've done the scorpion wing challenge, which is like 7.5 million Scov units. I've done a lot of wing challenges. I love wing challenge. I love spicy food. Hold on, guys.